recording here. So I am recording this and we'll post it in the group. I want to kind of get used to how Skool works and be able to share my screen, so on and so forth. So it's kind of cool using this system because I'm actually live on the Skool platform right now. I'm not using a third-party software, which causes complications. And I kind of want to get everybody used to it. So if you're here live watching, I know nobody is as of yet. We really just started about a minute ago. Announce yourself in the live chat, and I want to see what it's like to share my screen and which part I need to share. So you'll have to kind of stand by here. Let's see, window. I want to share my Chrome window. And I'm going to do that and then actually go to the community. So now I can't see the video. I'm making the assumption that that you can see the screen. So let me just kind of jump back and forth a little bit here. And so I'm sharing the screen. Let's go to the community here, and I want to give you an overview of what we're looking at here in the community, how to use this. It's going to grow. There's going to be a lot of updates. We're just getting started. I'm just bringing in a handful of members. And let's see if I could just kind of off the cuff give you an example of what we're going to do. Now, there are a lot of subscribers at different subscription levels. What I have offered is that, and I'm offering this individually, personally to each person, because like I said, there's a lot of different people at different membership levels. And here's what I've said. In the past, we have had basically 3 levels where I've done the free signal, the learn to trade signal, and then level 2 is strictly copy trading. Now, we've evolved that, meaning that we've done copy trading in social trader tools, or STT, as we call it, or a VPS, virtual private server. Now, once you go to a virtual private server, you are then able to and I can't even talk today, to start trading robots. Okay. Whereas there's one thing to copy trade, it's another to copy trade and layer robots or automations on top of your copy trading, and or just trade robots. And I trade somewhere in the 20 to 25 different robots. I have a portfolio. I have not shared that because I've really tried to figure out how to best bring someone into that environment. So in the past, there's 3 levels. Again, it was learn to trade or the free signal. Second level was copy trading. And third level is and will be robot trading. And that third level obviously encompasses everything. The change is going to be this. My new YouTube channel, which I have not launched yet, but I will soon, is going to focus on basically a handful. I won't even give you like a certain number, but a handful of very specific things. The first thing is I will have a dedicated section where I will share what we called the learn to trade signal, the free signal. I'll share all of that for free right on YouTube. How is that going to be done? So I'll just simply share a trade on YouTube. I'll post that video, and then we will deal with updates to that trade and closures on that trade in the comment section, and or the next day when I post a video about that particular trade. Maybe it took profit, maybe we're deeper into that trade. It's all going to be handled on YouTube. Now, I'm probably not going to do it live because in my last 2 years of experience going live on YouTube, it's absolutely useless. YouTube does not show that to anybody. And unless you know it's there, you can't find it. But what they like and what they want you to do is they want you to post recorded videos. That's what I'm going to do. Now, I'll do it live on my end and then just post it as a recording. So I don't want to get too much into the technical. In fact, while we're doing that, let me come back here and stop sharing the screen. Okay. And I'll just talk to you, and then I'll share the screen because when we go over to Skool, I'll show you some of the different things to be aware of. I see Mark is here, of course. Mark is here, the one person that typically pays attention. So hopefully we'll get everybody paying attention, but it's kind of nice to have this live feature and live function, and someone could come on. There's two different types of video features on Skool. There is this a live meeting, and then there's also going to be webinars, and that will be absolutely amazing. So all of that stuff is coming. Another thing that's coming, and I know this is just kind of a rant off the cuff here, but another thing that's coming to Skool is called subscription tiers. And that's one of the reasons I've moved to Skool, is because we essentially in Skool are going to have two tiers. We'll have the copy trading tier, whether you're on Social Trader Tools or a VPS, and then we'll have the robot trading tier. Now, I have told people that are currently subscribing, people that are paying a monthly fee. I'll talk about other members in a second, but people that are paying a monthly fee, I'm going to bring them over. And if they stay at that current monthly fee, I'm going to grandfather them into the robot trading level, the highest level. So they'll not only get access to the copy trading level, they'll get access to the robot level if they maintain their current subscription. So I'm bringing everyone over slowly in doing that. Now, if you're a current license holder, there are basically, I have to be careful how I say this because there's people are at a lot, people have been in this particular membership for so many different years. We've done so many different things. Here's the basic idea. If you come over at a license as a license holder, you're going to pay a very inexpensive monthly fee if that's what you choose to do and want to do. And I'm going to grandfather you into the robot trading level. So you'll have access to everything. And that's really on an individual basis because some people have bought a lot more licenses. There was a time when I offered a number of licenses that they could purchase at one time. So everybody's at a different level, and I'm going to be dealing with every person individually. But the advantage of coming over from the old system and maintaining what you were doing is the fact that you get access probably to higher levels that you wouldn't normally get access to. Now, in the future, here's what it's going to be. Someone's going to come into the group having never been in this before. They're going to find me on YouTube, and I'll finish talking about what we're going to do on YouTube, which is a lot. And, even a paid member will want to pay attention to YouTube because it'll be pretty exciting to see what I'm going to show you. That is intended to bring people here into the group. So they'll come in as a copy trader. They'll see on YouTube and in the group that there's a higher level, which is robot trader or robot portfolio, and they'll get an option to upgrade to that. The monthly fee doesn't change. There's a license to go to that higher level, the robot trader level. Some will have to pay that. Some will not have to pay that in the current subscription. However, I'm giving everybody a pretty good deal and offer. But moving forward, when people come into the copy trade and they copy trade level and they want to go to the robot level, then they're going to pay a license and the monthly fee doesn't change. So finishing up what we're going to do on YouTube, I will be doing all of the free trading, for a beginner, how to trade, and I will be showcasing and giving a signal on YouTube as best I can. What you'll find is other people that are offering signals, you have to go into some weird group and they pitch you a bunch of other bullshit. And I don't want to do that to you. My YouTube channel will be dedicated in part, we'll have a playlist for the free trade. What I will also do on that new YouTube channel is quite a few other exciting things. I'd like to return to what I call the random trader series, where I just place a random trade and we manage it into profit. The idea behind that is to learn how to manage a trade. More importantly, how to manage a trade that maybe runs away from you, but also to prove this one thing that I know to be a fact. This idea of staring at charts, This idea of marking up charts, this idea of placing indicators which repaint and never really ever tell you what's going to happen. They only tell you what happened. So this idea of being a chart watcher, I'm going to go pretty hard against those mind viruses. People that are out there, probably the one big thing I'm going to do is not trying to be rude, but this very much fits into my personality. I'm going to record people on, say, TikTok, which that's where a lot of this is. What they do is they scroll back into history and they tell you what happened. And your average person that doesn't understand what really goes on in Forex, maybe your average person that doesn't have really good positive logical thinking skills, that person, I want to get them out of that mind virus concept and show them literally how insane, how mentally insane it is for a person to scroll back in time and tell you what happened. Now, what's going on there, the mind virus, the manipulation, is this. It is the fact that it makes the average unsuspecting person believe that that person knows or knew what the future was. They scroll back and they go, "Oh, look at the bottom of the price here. Had you just purchased, had you just placed an order like I did, we took profit up here." It's all a lie. Frankly, I'm a little tired of it because what I get is a bunch of people that come into my group that have all of these terrible mind viruses going on that are like, well, you're not setting a stop loss. That's dangerous. Who told you that? Someone that doesn't know how to trade. Have you ever seen their trades? Do this sometime if you get a chance. Go on TikTok and scroll through the live, or maybe do a search for people trading any sort of trading. They're doing stock trading, futures trading, Forex. It doesn't necessarily have to be Forex because they all do the same thing. They stare at a chart. They tell you what happened, which you can clearly see. It makes your average unsuspecting person believe that they know what they're talking about. And then they're like, come on over to my signals group, and then they ask you for a bunch of Bitcoin or something. I don't know what the hell they're doing, but it's just a bunch of bullshit. And what it does is it brings in people to our group with these really unrealistic expectations. And they're over here fighting against me when I'm trying to show them exactly what works and how to do it. So one thing I didn't do, we probably should do an audio check. I'm certain that you can hear me. But if you're in the live chat, just kind of let me know how it sounds. I have noise canceling on. You can see I have a headset. I have noise canceling on, and there's quite a bit of noise going on in the background here. I'm in Orlando, Florida, sitting in my RV, and the AC is coming on and off, and it's making a lot of noise. So Mark says, sounds good to me. Okay, cool. Because this is the first time I'm using this, and every time you use a different live platform, it's like the audio is good. Sometimes it's bad. This actually looks pretty good. What's cool is this is very similar or almost exactly like what you would call a Zoom meeting. So, I see Mark's live. Mark could turn his camera on. Mark could turn his microphone on. I have control of that. It could get certainly crazy when we got dozens or hundreds of people in here, but I have the ability to click some things and kind of mute everybody, so on and so forth. Let me look at something here. I'm just kind of clicking around, kind of getting used to this, but Mark says, you should see the ridiculous messages I get on Discord from prop traders. Oh, I know. Like soon as I joined any of those, prop firm Discord groups or really even CoinX, the moment I say something in CoinX group, my God. Hey, sir, just wanted to check on how well your trading's going. Oh, there he is. And
Hey,
I'm like, what the hell are you talking about? Hey, I can hear you.
I was just testing this out. I'm clicking around too.
Yeah, hold on one second because I had set this up to where it's supposed to be saying this into my headphones and it's not. So hold on a second here. I don't know why it's not doing that. Output. All right, try saying something again.
Something again.
Yeah, it's still coming. That's why I wanted to figure this out. It's still coming over my speaker. Like I can hear you, but it's like my speaker has this delay. So that's something I got to figure out.
Got to be
Let
some
me
weird setting.
try clicking that. What's that?
I said it's got to be some goofy setting within Skool.
Yeah, and you know what? Oh, I think it worked now, but it's like every time I click it, it just kind of goes off default. But anyway, um, trying to remember what I was saying here. So as far as YouTube goes, we'll do the free signal. I'm going to do random trader series because that's more of, teaching someone how to manage. And by the way, I'm recording this. We're going to put it up in the group and we can do that with any meetings we want. Um, I'm going to do videos where I record potentially someone trading and showing what they're doing on TikTok and to show you just frankly how batshit crazy these people are and how they're lying to you. And it's just a terrible thing. I'll be able to point it out really clearly. I'll also be able to record it and interact with those people and ask them the honest questions that I normally ask. And you'll see them block me almost immediately. Why would someone do that? I'm not, I don't come on, I'm not being a jerk. I might say, great. So did you enter that trade that you're showing on the screen where they got it marked up, where they have like a tiny little stop loss and a take profit? And they're like, yeah, we entered that trade. I go, can you actually show me that trade on your mobile device? And speaking of that, I would want them to be able to do this. I'm going to see if I can share this with you. And you kind of got to bear with me because I think it's this one. Let me see if I can share this. I can. Cool. So this is what I want to see. This is actually our full algorithm right now. It's Friday afternoon, and I can click, for example, on USD CHF. This is on MetaTrader 5. You can see it's the 10 pip automation, and you can see that I'm in the trade. If they can't show you this, if they won't show you this, they're lying to you. They didn't take the trade. I can actually click on this and go to the history, and you can see here now. This is the feed that I sent out. We got into a Euro JPY trade, so you can see profit minus $27. It would be different on your account, but that was when I turned the full algo on, and it just Euro JPY just didn't act properly. So unlike the past where we'd let it run and maybe run your account into the ground, I got the hell out of it. And we were actually about $40 down on the feed here, and we'll make this up. The market is insanely slow. So now that I see that I'm able to share that, let me see if I can actually go back because I was sharing the full screen before, but I want to be able to stay on the screen here. So let me see. I think I can do it like this. Let's try this. Yeah, it still kicks me out and doesn't. Oh, no, it does. Cool. So what happens is I can stay on the camera here and then I can go over to the screen, and I wanted to be able to see this myself on the recording. And let me kind of finish what I was saying as far as YouTube goes. So I'll do those videos where I just point out to the world, like, it's a bunch of bullshit that you're being lied to. I've always hated that in every industry I've ever been in, affiliate marketing. I mean, everything. It's like everyone's lying to you so they can bring you in and manipulate you. It's like catfishing on a dating site, right? You're getting catfished. It's Forex catfish, right? I call them chart watchers. People out there watching charts, like what the hell? So I'm seeing some different things than you guys will see. So I'm just kind of bear with me here. I get a lot of different options and things I can click on and click off. But I want to make sure that you can see, me sharing the screen here. The other thing I'm going to do on YouTube is I'm going to show on YouTube my robot portfolio on any given day. The goal is to publish a video every day. And speaking of that, the goal for me, in fact, not even the goal, what I'm going to do is I will be in the Skool group every day. I will not miss a day. I will be in there giving as much value as I can on the current market, and certainly on robots if you're at the robot level, and certainly on the copy trading system if you're at that level, whether you're doing it through social trader tools or you're doing it through a VPS. So I know I'm jumping all over the place here, but this is kind of a stream of consciousness. And then we'll go to the Skool site like we're looking at here, the part I'm sharing on my screen, and I'll just show you around, show you kind of some of the cool nuances of being able to be here on Skool um, as opposed to being on Discord. And in fact, since I'll have this video, I can actually share this in the Discord group because I'm slowly bringing members over from Discord. So I will, on my YouTube channel, be showing all of the results from the robots in my robot portfolio. There's well over 20 robots. I certainly could and will have more. The advantage of that is this. I'm going to take each robot and show it. I'm not going to show where to get the robot or what robot it is. What I'm going to do is number the robots. So let's say I have robot number 1 through 20. And any given day, I'm going to do a video. I'm going to show you that robot number 9, let's say. I'm going to show you what it's doing. I'm going to show you its profit. I'm going to show you its loss. And the advantage of being at the highest level in Skool, the robot trader level, robot portfolio, is that you can do the same thing, because here's what's missing in the industry. I could recommend all the robots in the world to you. If you don't have the proper settings, and some of them, most of them, the settings on a robot are highly complex. I shouldn't say you, the average person will give the hell up after running a robot a few times because it just runs their account into the ground. I am really good about getting the settings correct on a robot and understanding where that robot fits. Let me give you an example. I have a robot that I use to recover out of trades that I've just basically stopped. I've hedged. I won out of this thing. I can put that robot on one of my charts. You can do the same thing if you're at that level. And it will scalp profits, $10, $20, whatever you want, whatever you tell it to do at a time. And it will allow you to take those profits from that scalper robot, and I use it currently on GBP USD, to then go basically take the losses or the drawdown. I shouldn't say the loss, the drawdown. If I'm gonna trade this $25 drawdown and I have a $25 profit from my recovery scalper, I just close the $25 loss down. I've already taken the $25 profit. I'm at break even, and it slowly allows me to get out of a trade that's run away. Now, as far as our new copy trade system, I'm running it on MetaTrader 5 on my end, and I am calling it fully managed. What that means is no longer are we going to have runaway trades. We're stopping. The auto system stops at 5 trades. It then takes over if the main algorithm adds a 6th trade, a 7th trade, a 10th trade, a 15th, a 20th trade. It will take those exact same trades, but it will take them in reverse. So it's an auto hedge system. What's cool about that? Let me give you the best case scenario, because there's a lot of scenarios. Imagine having traded the copy system in the past, and let's say I'm just going to pick something that is realistic but a little outrageous. Like the trading system goes 40 trades deep on a currency pair. Most people are not bidding conservatively enough on the front to where they can survive that. It wrecks their account. But imagine this in the future. And Mark said this, like, we're waiting for a trade to run away, right? So when the trade runs away, it stops taking trades at 5 and it starts hedging at probably trade 7. Once we see it, once I turn it on, it might not start activating until trade 7, but that's fine. So let's say trade 7 is a hedge. Trade 7 through 40 would be a hedge. Eventually, those first 5 trades you're in, the take profit moves well above those, and it moves well above any of the hedges you have. Even if it backed out and closed all of those down, what happens is when the main algorithm takes profit on those 40 trades, which would be massively profitable if your account could handle it, it will actually close out all of the trades like it normally would. So it'll close those 5 losers, and it'll close the remaining, let's say 30, 35, 40, let's say 30, 35 trades of hedges, and end in a massive profit. And it's like you almost want it to run away. That's not going to happen on the current copy trade feed. It's what I'm calling fully managed. Can you intervene with it if you have a VPS? Absolutely. Can you have the full feed without it managed on your VPS? Absolutely, you can. And then you manage it yourself with all kinds of different automations that I'll show you. And you'd be able to get access to those because there are other robots, they're EAs, expert advisors, that will be available at the robot portfolio, the robot trader level, which is basically 2 levels of the Skool group: copy trader level, robot trader level. So let me on my screen go over, so it's full screen for me. And let me blow this up a little bit. So we're looking at the Skool platform. I'm just getting started. This is, I had this community a long time ago. So I deleted all of the old posts. There's a few that I left, like this one, how to over leverage and lose trades easily. I posted that back in August of 2022. Still a very valid and relevant. The trade receiver. So there's a bunch of kind of random posts in here. You'll notice that they are in a certain category. So if I click the category here in the post, advanced robot trading, that will be the highest level. So that would be accessible to only those people that are doing robot trading. And then if you obviously read the post, I talk about the importance of a magic number, and you can see some old comments that exist there, but that's still relevant. So the community is where the constant updates are going to come at you every day. And also be aware that there's a lot of different categories here. So we got general member discussion, learn to trade Forex, Forex copy trader, advanced robot trading, technical support issue, trading results. I may alter those a little bit based off of the name, but you'll have access to them. If you have access to level 1, you'll have certainly level 1. I don't know if I'm really not going to call it level 1 anymore. I keep kind of referring to that. That's the old way of doing it. It's basically going to be copy trader level, which is level 1, and robot trader level, which is the top level. You might call it, level 2. We'd have 2 levels. Really, the first level, all of the free trading and the signals and all of the advice and really just all of the results of the robots without telling you what the robot is. You get access to that obviously when you subscribe and license that level. So when you're doing a post, just be aware of what category you're going to add it to. So if I wanted to do a post here, I get a relevant title, I write something, and then here, select category. Okay. So choose your most relevant category. Now on my end, it says send email to all members. You're not going to see that. But you can you can add a link attachment, you can link out to something else, you can add a video. If you do that, you can drag a video, you can use YouTube, Loom, Vimeo, or Wistia. So you can do that kind of stuff and post, and or obviously go to a post like this one here and leave a comment. Okay. Let's talk about that. Leaving a comment and engagement, you're going to be rewarded for that. And let's go over here to the right-hand side where it says leaderboard. And you can see that someone has made a few comments. And again, we're just getting started. So the more that you engage, the better. Let's actually go to the leaderboards here. And let me show you the different levels. So there's 9 different levels, and it's all automated inside of our group. So it's all based off of points. Now, when I click this little question mark here, you can see level 1, 0 points, level 2, 5 points, and you earn a point. So 1 like is a point. It's engagement. And then there's obviously comments. Comments are considered an engagement also. So yeah, you can be like, crazy person to just kind of like everything, right? But points will unlock these higher levels, like a 4x goat level, 4x wizard, 4x god, right? And I can unlock certain trainings and certain robots, certain settings, set files for robots as people reach these different levels. And what's cool about it is it's all automated. It's just you're either engaging or you're not, right? You can see I had a member here, John in the group. He's number one right now, but this is really from the old group. He had 157 engagements. Randolph has 50, and P Hendo has 2 here. And I know that's essentially a new member. Now, no longer, although right now fxwithterry.com is available, I'm kind of moving away from the FX with Terry brand, and I'm just moving to the 4X automation here on Skool. So if you come to the about page here, the video and all of this information is a placeholder. This is essentially my new website. This is where I will drive everyone. I'm going to record a new video here that talks about what this group is about, what we're doing, shows how many members. There'll be some, text and links down here, but this is really just kind of a placeholder at this point. We already looked at leaderboards. Now the map, I've not paid much attention to this, but I believe it will show where members are. Kind of cool to see from around the world, right? So there's someone over here. I don't know if I can click on that and if it shows who that is. Yeah. So Chris, brand new member, is in United Kingdom right now, and then someone's in India. I think that is okay. Someone this new member just came in today, Rakshit. And over here, this is pretty cool. I think this is probably where one of the members are, Doug, so on and so forth. So as far as this, let's go back to the calendar here. This is important. I will announce, and I announced today's live session on the calendar. Okay. You click that calendar link and you can join the meeting just like Mark did. And I will be doing a lot of this stuff, just a lot, because it makes it so easy. All I have to do is click this plus button and I can go live on Skool and answer any questions. We can do live Q&A. I can share my screen. I can show robots. Certainly whenever I go live, since we have 2 sections of the group, then those 2 sections are copy trader or robot trader, and it will be specified whether you have access to that or not. Now, classroom up at the top here, if I'm back on community, you'll see the menu at the top here. If I click on classroom, I'm building this out right now. There's going to be a lot of stuff in here. There will be training, video training, and information for copy traders, which is essentially what's there right now. And there will be video training and certainly dedicated training for each particular robot, 20 plus robots that we will have. And I'm going to build that out over time. Now, so for example, if I click on copy trading with a VPS, which I think is the number one best way to do it, you get a bunch of different videos and this section here. And what's nice about this is that it not only shows you, but it shows me the amount that you've completed. So I can go to a member and see, let's say some member says, maybe they ask a technical question about the trade receiver. Okay. So there's a video here about the trade receiver. It gives the free download of the receiver. It gives a PDF manual. If someone says, how do I use the trade receiver? I'm going to go see if they've even watched this video. I can see that. It's nice to see. It's also nice to see on a member level how active a person is. It shows me a calendar. Let's see if I can actually take you there, and then we'll come back to the community. So let me go just click on a member. Going to members here. I'm going to scroll down. Let's look for like Derek. So I can see how much Derek is interacting. I can see what he's doing. Active 6 days ago. Okay. I can see what level he's at, 5 points, so on and so forth. And on the calendar here, I can see the, one activity, 2 activities. So I'm going to focus on a lot. I'm going to focus a lot on people that are active and make sure that I'm providing. Now, when you go see my activity, it's going to be the top activity. So I can go to myself on the member area here and click on me, and you'll see I'm building out the group here. But my goal is to have a high level of activity every day, high level of engagement. That's extremely important for building the community. So back to the group here, back to the classroom. Uh, for example, I just added this. In the past, let me click this and I'll take you. This is for people copying with Social Trader tools. I say the video course is coming soon because in the past, I had text-based instructions. I link to that right here. And then I give you some text and you can expand it and you can see what's going on. This is going to be very valuable for members. And if you want to use the Social Trader tools, you can do that. And it's in the feed and the trades will be fully managed on my end. Fully managed no longer means, are you ready for this? Fully managed no longer means no loss. You might have to take a loss. Not a big loss, not a huge loss, not an account ending loss, which is the goal. But if you want me to manage this, I'm going to do it really well. And you might get a loss on a particular basket of trades, but the goal is to have net profit from the other trades, take that over. I can also, if we get into like a net loss for the week, I don't care if it's 20 bucks, right? I can actually launch my GBP USD scalper on the automated fully managed copy trade feed and make up for a $20 loss, probably in a few trades. Pretty easy. It's automation that I'm using on my end that you're copying to your account. You're getting access to the automation, maybe really without needing to have the extreme skill set. Certainly, copying through Social Trader tools is a low skill set requirement. Copying through a VPS is a higher, somewhat higher than Social Trader tools skill level. And then, of course, trading robots on your own using my settings with my support. And we can talk about it all you want. Somebody has some issue with a robot, I go live and I show you what to do if you have access to that level. So that is really unheard of on the internet. Typically, you buy a robot and they're like, take care. You're certainly not even going to see them. They're going to be like, take care. Hope it works for you. Here's a bullshit set file that, that works generally, but maybe or maybe not for you. And one thing I've gotten good at is manipulating automations and robots into profit. And that is certainly a skill set that you want to have if you're in Forex. So let me come back to the classroom here. One thing you'll see is a Learn Forex workshop. This is something I put together a long time ago. I think it's really good for a beginner to go through the 16 different lessons. We're trading using the RSI indicator on a 4, not your standard 14, but on a 4. And there's some sensational trades in here, and this works really well. Of any bullshit free indicator on the internet, the RSI with a setting of 4 is damn good. It's damn good. And in this, I trade US 30, so it makes it very sensational, some huge profits. But it's a great way to learn. And the truth is, I think the best automation take over your trading and then having the ability to manipulate that automation. These people that sit there, I said this earlier, that are just staring at charts, They're live on TikTok, literally just staring at their chart. And then, because they need interaction and they're trying to get people into their signal service, which is probably a bunch of bullshit and you lose your ass. I'm like, go ask somebody, hey, for your free signal service, are you setting a stop loss? They're going to be like, absolutely. We do a 1-to-2 ratio. Fucking run away from that because they don't know what they're doing. I'm not saying people that use a stop loss don't know what they're doing. 99% of the people that are using a stop loss, they don't know what they're doing. They're parroting back a mind virus that they learned from someone else. And, set a stop, take a loss. If you'd like to take losses, I think you should set stops. Now, I'll give you an example on something where I'm setting a stop, but not necessarily a stop. On the new settings of what I was calling the gold scalper, on the new settings, I have some really good settings, but because gold is so damn volatile, like you'd be making money every day for months. And then all of a sudden, gold will run so hard against you and take all of your profits. That's the reality of trading such a volatile pair. However, with the new settings that I have, and that's happened to us, right? It's happened to me. In fact, just a couple days ago, I took a $3,000 loss on gold. No big deal. It's a $140,000 account. But I was like, you know what? This thing, it's just, I tried and I tried and I tried. And once you get in a bad trade on that level of volatility, you're 500 down, 800 down, 2,000 down, 3,000 down, 4,000 down, 5,000 down. And you're like, holy shit. But I have settings on the scalper, which I'm not offering it as a feed right now. It certainly is a robot that I will tell you where to buy it at. It's about $300, and I give you the settings. And right now, that thing, I've got it set to make about $150 a day, and it's doing it over and over and over again. And I'm using that to get out of. I shouldn't say get out of. I'm already out of the gold trades. I'm using it to recoup the $3,000 loss that I had to take yesterday, because gold went haywire. Just started going through the roof, through the roof, through the roof. Then, of course, what's it do? Does a huge pullback. So if you're buying and making a bunch of profits, now you're going to give them all away when it pulls back. That's why having an automated system and not staring at charts, like, go out and live your life. I do. I'm sitting in the RV right now in a resort, right? And I'm living my life. I'm not staring at the chart. I certainly open up my mobile device and check it out, like I showed you before. Showed you a little bit ago. I shared that. So go through this course if you want to. This particular classroom is going to grow by leaps and bounds. And there will be new courses, new video trainings that do or don't fit into the level that you're at. If you're just at the copy trade level, you won't see. Now, I will do videos and show you what you're missing, but a lot of that will be done on the YouTube channel. So it's not like I'm doing double duty. I'm not doing robot results videos for the group showing you what you could have if you don't have the robots. I'm doing that all on YouTube. So it'll be pretty wild. It'll be pretty wild because I'm really going to reveal exactly what that bot is doing in my portfolio and how you can plug into it and what the settings are. And over time, guess what? I have pretty good settings. Over time, things happen in the market that we've never seen before. And I rethink the settings on those robots. And I can do that really fast. I can do it in 3 minutes and then provide those settings. And you'll have the ability to play the Forex market like a piano or an instrument. You'll say, you know what? Like, for example, in my robot portfolio, any given day, I look at the robot portfolio and I go, this one's not doing well, or this one's starting to really go against. So turn the robot off, put a recovery system on there, maybe hedge, right? There's so many different options, but all of that can and should be and will be automated if you're on a VPS trading robots. And even if you're just doing copy trading on a VPS and you're not at the robot level, there are some manipulations you can do with my full feed that they're a robot, they're an expert advisor, but they're more so called a utility. So you can pull in my entire feed and you can copy those a certain type of trade or a certain currency pair, and you can copy them at different lot sizes and different automations. Like one thing that I have right now that I love is my trade reversal automation, which I'm using to manage the full feed right now. So at 5 trades in, the system just reverses any new trade that comes in. So what's it doing is hedging. So you can have those things, you can have those automations and those set files and put them on your VPS. And you can have, if you're on a VPS, you can have the full feed and manipulate it as you see fit. You don't have to copy my fully managed, manipulated feed. You can if you don't want to have your hands, in the technical side of it, but you should want that because having that level of manipulation and automation is freaking awesome. So I believe that's what I wanted to share with you. I didn't even see the time here. Of course, I went a lot longer than I said. I believe that's what I wanted to share. So I will share this in the Discord group if I can. I believe I can pull the recording down. And kind of give the people that are still in Discord, I'm slowly bringing everybody over. I have to do it kind of individually because everybody's at a different level and I'm offering them to come in at different levels. Eventually, let's say within the next couple weeks, if someone hasn't paid attention to my messages, if they haven't come over to Skool, then they'll be stuck in the Discord group and really not getting any updates. The copy trading is not going to stop for them if they're plugged into that. And then they could just kind of come over at their leisure whenever they feel like it. There will be a cost to do that. Really depends on what level you're at and what level of membership you're at. I have currently messaged everyone that is at a monthly subscription level, and there's quite a few different levels. So I'm getting to, different people. So if you're a monthly subscriber, you haven't seen anything from me, you're certainly welcome to message me or I'll reach out to you. But I'm slowly bringing people over, and this is going to be 1,000 times better than Discord. It just is. Just what I'm doing right now, the ability to go live without any software on my end. We are live on the internet. You can hear me. I can share my screen. There's nothing we can't do. You can chime in. You can say something. We can interact. We can do live Q&A, whatever the case may be. I know there's an option for me in here. Let me see. It says, I know there's an option. I haven't really seen it. It's probably maybe on an individual person. Yeah, it is. Yeah. So, for example, you probably can't see this, but I'm looking at one of the members that's on right now. So I can kick that member out. I can allow their audio, allow video, allow screen sharing. I can disable their audio, disable their video, disable their screen sharing. So on an individual basis, it's nice. If we get someone to come into the group that loses their mind, it's easy for me to click on their icon here and remove them or deal with them however I need to. So this is going to be extremely useful, and I don't have to have a bunch of extra software to do it. So let me see how to stop sharing my screen. There you go. Just click on the button. So pretty easy. I'm going to end the call there. We'll do much more of them, and I'm excited to bring you to the new level of the Skool membership. If you're not on Skool and you see this video, get with me. We'll get you there. I'll talk to you guys soon. Take care.